Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chickens Talk podcast. This is the first pilot episode, inaugural one. My name is TJ, and I'm the host of it. I am joined today by a bunch of other guys that I happen to know. So we have, in no particular order, we have Falaid.
Can we say hi? Yeah.
Yeah, say hi.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously.
We have Blue.
Hi.
We have Huz.
Hi there.
D-Jog.
You.
And V.
Nah.
Nah.
Cool.
that is
Right,
not
okay.
the end of it.
Just nah.
Just
Right.
nah, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, this is first the pilot episode of this podcast. So we're going to talk about something that we all can do, and that's
Yeah.
game Paladins.
You know that dead piece of shit.
The thing that's dying apparently next patch. You know.
Yeah.
That thing.
I mean, well, we've got something to talk about then, haven't we? Is Paladins going to die next patch?
Oh
And
yeah.
why?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
I mean, it'll die. It'll lose most of its fan base.
I mean, it already has on the PC side, so
So yeah, we'll address what is the current state of the game in OB63 patch, where it's going to head, is it going to die, and what we would do to solve it. Like, how would we get this
solve it.
great,
Everybody, just
fantastic-
uninstall your
how would-
game.
How will we get this great, fantastic game back to the state that it should? You are host mate lobby. All right, Blue.
If you're wondering, if we talk about anything random mid-game, it's because we're also kind of playing a game in the background, but we're not.
Yeah. I mean, we're not taking this remotely seriously.
So don't worry, it shouldn't affect the commentary. But
I mean, so if we just randomly start cursing someone, it's not for a random reason.
Fuck
it's because
you,
they're being
V.
very irritating. It's being very
Fucking V,
irritating
mate, you're
in
shit.
hiding. It's because they're being. It's because they're being very irritating in Beast Clan. GG's.
But nah,
Okay,
nah. OB 50. No, is it 60?
50, 60. It's
60, 63.
I mean, do you want to start this again?
Like,
I don't know. This. I was just
Fine, all right. Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
going
it's
for
fine.
it. Then.
Just go for it.
Okay.
Alright? One take,
if you
boys.
make it super serious, then it's just going to be boring. No one wants to listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
No, mate, we got the White House listening. Okay, this needs to be about
Oh, yeah.
politics.
No politics
Okay.
included in this podcast.
Right. So, why don't we actually address what we're going to talk about? So, what
Right.
is the current
So-
state of the game? OB63.
Right now on PS4, the game is absolutely boring.
Shit.
Yeah,
Vivian.
Vivian.
Vivian exists, and I just don't want to play it.
Vivian. Granted, she's got a very fat ass, but just no.
Doesn't affect the gameplay, which is the main.
It does.
problem.
It does. She flashes it and boom, you're blind. You know what I mean?
I
Like, it just
mean,
takes up your
that's
entire
like-
screen.
That's Strix's
DJ, make someone else host.
Hey, I'm doing it.
He's doing
You're
it.
slow.
Nah, but
We already did
Right.
this map.
another thing they need to fix is the matchmaking. I hate it. Like earlier, I think I tweeted it out, but I got put with a fucking platinum Strix. I literally wanted to go to the Golden Gate Bridge and just like,
He's talking about comp, by the way.
yeah, I'm talking about comp, but I just want to go to Golden Gate Bridge and jump.
Competitive being a mode within the game where there is ranks, there are leaderboards, and we're going to start.
And it's fucking broken.
I don't think the other game mode is any better because 5 stacks are a thing.
Yeah, like last night, Nat, how many 5 stacking teams did we come up against?
Well, basically, right, we played one game and we came up against the same 5 stack about 4 times in a row. We then played one game without them, and it was D the killer and his fuck boys. So that's how it went.
So aggressive, what if I watch this?
That's the shame, isn't it? Because they're annoying. I don't care.
It's just 5 stackers, mate. They make me wanna. Yeah,
Yeah, but
just gonna go with that.
The sweet irony of it is
Yeah,
that we were literally just 5 stacking like a couple hours ago.
Shut up, alright? That's not the point.
Yeah, but when we 5 stack, we're not calling everything out. We're literally just chilling as
Yeah,
if we're
it's
solo.
like we go up
We're not-
against like actual fucking teams that sweat out casuals and
Talk
stuff.
about the
Shit.
positive things here, not about the negative things.
Anyway, well, he's got to be negative, isn't it? Alright.
this whole game. There's the one who is the most negative.
What?
It's the
TJ
one that
gonna
is
make
like
it
the
last.
most negative towards. So.
What?
Oh shit!
The fuck?
Okay. I guess I'm searching then first game. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Nah, all right. So
Um,
what do you guys think about the new CAD system?
Card
Shit.
system. Shit.
It's just shit.
It's I can see what they're trying to do, but it's not really working.
It's
Yeah.
unbalanced.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
jump off the map. Like I'm dead. Jump off the map.
It is really bad. Like, have you
Oh,
seen
yeah,
the Was it the new Lex card? That like gives him like
The Le- the-
60%
the-
extra damage.
No, the In Pursuit card isn't.
Yeah, they changed it.
They changed it.
Oh right.
They changed it.
Did they change the Genos one? The binary star.
No, Genos still exists.
Oh,
Still exists.
God.
The only card they changed was the Lex one
Why?
because that was op. That was-
Yeah, so is the Genos one, so is the new fucking Tyra one, so is the new Fernando one.
Makoas.
Yeah, and Makoa's,
But
yeah.
yeah, but the Fernando
That was
one is not going
hilarious.
to be.
There's a
The Fernando
difference.
one, the new Fernando one will just be as good as the Scorch one because that'll be dealing 50% damage off a fireball, 50% bonus
Yeah,
damage
but-
if you're behind them.
yeah,
If you're at the
it's-
back, if you're Barrack at the back of the back of 5, you're gonna get one shot by a fireball.
Exactly.
Like,
Like, that's balance, you know what I mean? That's the
Like,
definition.
oh no, yeah, I threw a random fireball and you all managed to stack up and now everyone's
Quadra kill. Pentakill.
Ace.
Fucking Hexa,
really
don't even know how
fun,
that's
is it?
possible, but Hexa kill.
Please,
Oh man.
Nah, but it is like it's bad. Like the new card system is bad.
Yeah, like so. Hi-Res, they released a statement a few. I think it was yesterday actually, where they addressed a number like. Obviously, as soon as the OB64 patch notes came out in the patch field, I don't know how to describe it. It was just uproar from the community.
Yeah.
It was like, what on earth are you doing to our game?
Like as somebody that was watching the stream when they announced it, everybody in the chat just went fucking no. Like as I was watching that stream, everybody just disagreed.
Yeah.
People were spamming pay to win. People were spamming fuck IRES. It was bad. You know what I mean? I don't think it was the response they were expecting.
And then they
mean-
even put a video saying about how people like competitive play, people like customizations. We've got a way that'll support both communities by making the game pay to win and ruining it. So that's like great.
But they didn't directly say that.
Well, that's
No, they
how
did not
that's how-
directly
they
Yeah,
didn't
but
say that.
yeah, but in a way that is what they meant.
That's what they've done.
Yeah, that's
they
what
tried
the-
to say it'll help communities, but they're doing the complete opposite of helping the communities. They said they were helping.
Yeah, they've made it.
Okay, so-
They've made like the experience for people that have just started the game is going to be horrible.
Sorry, side note, have you guys all hidden?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go.
Cool.
But yeah, for
playing
people
hide
that
and
have,
seek, if you're
like for
wondering.
people that have just started the game, for people that have just downloaded it, like say maybe an hour ago, and they've loaded it up, they're thinking, all right, Paladins, good stuff about it. Not really checked out
Yeah,
recently.
it's like
Play
it's
a game,
on the,
get
it's on the
absolutely
free-to-play
butt
game. It's on the free-to-play game library on the PSN.
On the homepage
Um,
for free-to-play games.
Yeah, it's on the
right
homepage,
there.
and also it's got really good reviews. Everything. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's just
People go on it and then they're just getting bent over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a fucking Peter Bear's coming to visit them for Christmas or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's that's literally what it is though. Like people they'll get it's bad for us now, and we ain't even got fucking OB64 yet. So just imagine
Yeah.
what it's going to be like when it does come out. Oh god, I can't. The tournaments, scrims, everything, they're just going to be like fucking shit.
When
Grind
Vivian's
is
in
way too
competitive
long.
play,
No, hopefully she's going to get like nerfed to fuck, because she is.
she is receiving some nerfs.
I know, but it's not
yeah.
enough. It's not enough. I mean, it's still too good. She's still too good. Because I
Still
mean,
does
yeah,
The damage. With,
yeah. Like I watched
you
Reindeer Reindeer uploaded a video, and he was still fucking raping with her, and he wasn't even putting up that much of an effort. Like she's still too good. She needs to be nerfed even more. And the thing is, they keep
Are you kidding?
nerfing. Yeah, the thing is, they keep nerfing people that don't need to be nerfed. You know what I mean? Like fucking Drogus. Why did he get the nerf to his flight? There was no need for it.
Oh, Oh yeah, and the worst. They go. By the way, they go when they change stuff. They normally go off win rate in the community, which already makes no sense because that's based on low elo and high elo players. So it's completely random
Yeah.
assortment of who's winning and who's not. So they go by that, and then when so they'll nerf like the best one if it's by a long shot. Now can I just point out that Eevee is the worst flank in winter rate by a long shot, yet they still proceed to nerf her every patch. It makes no sense.
Yeah, 'cause yet they release countless skins for it, making people want to play a broken champion. Not in a good broken champion. I mean, like a champion that's literally unplayable.
She's unplayable and she's got bugs, and rather than fixing the bugs, they're making her worse in general.
They're fixing
So
the
people
bugs
won't
in
play
the
her,
actual
so you
game,
don't have-
then
No, by bugs I mean like showing where you used to be, like in Blink. I've had times where I'll play Eevee, I will blink, and the animation of like when I've teleported, so that there's no color anymore from where I used to be. That's blue. I've still been shot after there's no color or anything, and I will still die even if I'm 50 feet away from where he's shooting from.
You
That's
know
broken.
you know what their excuse will be for that though. Their excuse for that will be
Lag.
yeah, it'll be lag. That'll be their excuse, but it's not. It's a genuine like you could have like I know
It
for a
happens in
fact.
every game.
Yeah, I know for a fact me and Nat have got great internet, and it happens all the time. Because it doesn't just
Yeah,
happen
but-
with Eevee, it happens with Talos as well.
They're
I
just
know, I
making.
know, I know what you guys are saying there with like the whole thing, but lag compensation is a thing that is in the game, and lag compensation doesn't necessarily just mean your internet lagging. It means the person who's shooting you from the internet is lagging, which means it's compensating for their lag, which isn't right. Don't get me wrong. I hate the fact that lag compensation is a thing, but just trying to make sure that no one gets
Yeah,
that. It's-
But okay, yeah, but if that is a
you
thing,
shouldn't get punished for having good internet. That's
yeah,
all
but
I'm saying.
if that is a thing, then they need to fix that.
Yeah, no, they do.
In a way,
Lag
in a way, that
compensation
is still a
shouldn't be in the
broken
game.
aspect of the game. Like,
Yeah, no. Lag compensation shouldn't be in the game. If you're lagging, you shouldn't be in the game. End of.
yeah, it should be. They should do it like they do in like multiple games. If the lag gets too bad, it stops the game or it kicks you out of the game or whatever. You know what I mean? Granted, you don't want a fucking bot running around on your team like fingering the wall or something, but it's better than having someone teleport across the map and one shot you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Bots in comp are the worst. If you get a bot in a comp game,
You've lost.
Blue,
So, yeah,
your lag gives
yeah,
you away so easily.
Unless you're like a fucking pro or some shit, you're not gonna win a comp game with a bot. It's just
you can. It's just a lot more difficult than it needs to be.
yeah, you have to sweat your bollocks off to the point where you've got a bucket fucking sat under you. You know what I mean? Like,
Blue, he's already walked past 5 times.
you could get a shower in the amount of
Oh,
sweat you have to
don't
produce to
start
win the
this.
game.
No, seriously, you walked past me really early on in the round.
Okay.
You guys having fun over there?
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah,
with Black
but
Ops.
yeah, we were back to Black Ops hide and seek is pretty late.
I'm over here
It
sat
is
on,
actually really
sat on
fun.
Fortnite doing absolutely nothing, staring at a
You just on the-
chick
you-
with
you just
big
on the main
tits.
Are you just on the main menu? Like,
Yeah.
just doing the main-
Muted the entire thing so there's no background music or anything. Because for people wondering, I'm the one recording it and shit, but yeah. But, right. Anime.
That's a
we-
really
we-
quick.
we talk-
What's your guys' favourite?
How do you go from we hate OV64 to anime?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Like,
but
we've
we're
still,
dealing
we've
we're
still
going with
got
it.
OB63 in this. We mentioned Vivian being cancer and horrible. We haven't talked about why. Just saying, we just
Right,
skipped
alright,
over. a lot of
alright,
them.
fine. We'll come back to it. But we're definitely talking about anime. Okay.
That will happen.
I need to talk about it, alright? I need to get some stuff off my chest, V, from the fucking thing you recommended me, okay? I need to ask some questions about that. But, okay, alright,
You
so...
can't just straight up throw spoilers in though. Like
I
you were
won't.
saying.
No,
I'm not gonna.
I think if you're gonna reveal something, you have to like let us know. It
Yeah, I
has to
will
be
let
a
you know.
very
So
clear
I will
spoiler.
let you know. I will let you know so you can like block your ear or whatever. But okay, so Vivian, then why do you think she's broken?
Vivian is broken because, well, first of all, her damage output is ridiculously high.
Agreed.
Like we're talking I think it's what is it, 225 per shot,
no,
300 per headshot.
it's 200
Is it
base,
200?
but then if you've got the legendary card, it
Yeah,
goes
that
to
can take it
it
up
goes to
by
that.
20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her damage output can go up ridiculously strong. So that's one thing that makes her strong. It does not make her broken by any means. What does
Then
though
she's got the
is
shield.
one of her is her shield ability.
That's too good. First, a flank literally can't kill her now.
Yeah, the shield in of itself is bad because, first of all, it behaves as a shield, so is capable of. It works like Nando's shield, Makoa's shield, so it can block a lot. It can block projectiles. It can block hooks. It can stop Grover's axes. It can block all. It can block CC. It can
Block everything. Know what I mean,
Yeah,
just
so
blocks.
that in of itself is a massive advantage.
Can I just?
Yeah, sure.
The shield's broken, but I've mentioned this, but I'm gonna mention it now. Her shield is broken because she shields her from all of that. Yet she can still shoot through it.
Yes,
So what
I was just going to get through that. I was
right,
just going to get to that.
Yeah, what I think is the fact that if they made it so she couldn't shoot while having her shield up, and because it has like a long cooldown, she couldn't spam it. So she would use the shield at a time where she needs to save herself. So, time's ticking. Let me just shield myself and get out of here.
Yeah, and then,
maybe,
but that
for
doesn't
example.
matter because time sticking destroys shields and deals the damage to the
Well,
person.
for example, yeah, that was a bad example. But you get what I mean? Like she would
Yeah.
have to use it in a situation.
In a situation where you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah, yeah,
Fair enough,
exactly.
mate.
You use it like if a
That's
maid
actually
was
really
flanking
smart.
you, right? If a maid was flanking you, you'd put up the shield to block some daggers. That's right. You shouldn't be able to shoot through that at the same time because that's countering out all of my damage. Yet you can still do all yours, and then you
Yeah.
can have yours.
And another thing I want to talk about, real quick, is Vivian's ult. I hate the fact of how much damage it
my-
does. An additional 300 every like 2 seconds or something like that.
And it doesn't have a drop off either.
It doesn't have a drop off, and if the
Delayed
only
jump.
the only way it goes is if you die
Delayed jump.
or they're destroyed. Which if you've got the shield, they're never going to be destroyed. Like the hitbox for them is so small, it's stupid. And if you're a good player, you're not going to die if you've got that much damage output. You know what I mean? You
TJ,
can
why
literally
not?
1v1 anyone.
What?
why-
I changed.
why-
I changed. I changed.
No,
Why?
last time you were initially on the right team and you killed yourself and then made me have to kill myself. That was a waste.
Oh my god, sorry.
Sorry, continue. Alright, continue, sorry.
But yeah, it's her ultimate is bad. It's too good. It needs at least get rid of it at the end of a round or something. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be able to keep your ultimate throughout rounds.
I think
Can
the
also
thing
just-
that makes it the most broken at the moment is the fact that it is genuinely bugged. It's not working the way it was meant to.
Yeah.
So, for example, its radius is like 3 times the size it was meant to be.
Yeah, I hate using this as an example, but there's a gun in Destiny 2 right now, which is literally, it's been confirmed by the developers to be broken. It's literally bugged. It's not supposed to be that strong, but it basically 2 shots in Crucible. That's what her ultimate is like. It's basically glitched, so it's not supposed to be like how it is when it was. It wasn't intended to be as strong as it was when it was released.
Yeah, but the fact is you know how strong, not powerful, but how strong Terminus's power siphoning ability is at the moment.
Yeah.
Where you can just hold that up infinitely. If she has her ult up, she can shoot at it and it will still damage it. But when she has her ult up, because of the blast radius being more broken than it needs to be at the moment, which makes it is what is causing a lot of issues with her ult. That's the reason her ult is so much stronger than it needs to be, is because her ult is meant to be very pinpoint and accurate. Yes, it does splash damage, but it's meant to sort of only be a small radius, but it's a lot bigger than what it's meant
Yeah,
to be at the moment.
yeah. So it's doing a lot, more than
It's like
meant
it's.
to.
You just say when it's bigger than her flank's main weapon, as in that splash damage. I'm pointing out Eevee's. I think there's already a problem. Eevee's splash damage is the tiniest thing ever, and you
Yeah,
didn't
it's
give
like
her
the same.
a-
It's got the same splash radius as Pip, but it's supposed to have the one of Jorgus.
Can I just say something about the shield, right?
Yeah,
Also,
go for it, man.
one thing that is completely bullshit. Some CCs, like Madamba's ult, and I think Oracle of the Abyss go through, but pretty much every CC, she's immune for it. Like,
Yeah, I
any
know.
kind of
It's-
stun.
It behaves like
or-
Fernando's shield, so if you with Nando's shield, if you stand behind it, and you're pointing towards the Grumpy Bomb or the Convergence or anything, it will cancel out. You are not affected by the CC, whatever it is, a stern or a slow or a pull towards the center and get annihilated by Hexfire.
And
But
the same goes for the Terminal Assault.
the Terminal Assault as well, yeah. Like, that part I don't mind, but if you're going to give her a shield, then it needs to work like a personal shield. For instance, Torvald, who has a shield around him, is still affected by those forms of CC. Ruckus is as well. And that's how it should be done. Because she's not... Because, like, a core part of design in any form of competitive game is risk-reward. Like, you give me a name and ability, and you have an obvious risk to it, but there is the reward. So when we're talking Terminus, his power siphon, yes, it is a really strong ability, but the problem is it slows his movement down. He can't swing his weapon. It also has a charge that takes an almost eternity to charge up. Makoa's shield, yes, it's a shield, but you can't do anything when you're in the shield apart from shell spin. It's like there has to be obvious negatives to using the ability, and Vivian's shield, the only negative ability I can see is it has a cooldown and you have to press a button. Like, the shield is up, it does all these amazing things, and you can still do everything else that you could.
It's literally like it's like the perfect like ability. Yeah, in a way.
They don't like risk reward though. Like you're saying, that's what it should be. Like Cassie's was risk reward, right? You know.
Yeah, Cassie was very high risk, high reward. No,
yeah, they don't like
I don't
it.
think.
They just get rid of it.
I think okay, risk reward I think was the wrong phrase, but I'm trying to say like there is in order to use this ability that yes you get it, but you sacrifice something. Whether that you sacrifice movement speed, you sacrifice your ability to fire, to use other abilities, you CC yourself, or anything like that, which a lot of the champions in Paladins and their abilities have this negative to them, which gives them an ounce of counterplay. The problem is though, Vivian just doesn't have that.
Yeah, she is a bit. She's just not fair.
I don't even like the idea of what you said of making it like a Ruckus or
right.
shield. I just don't like that. I think the fact that she has a shield that you can shoot through is just BS. Full stop.
Quick side note: who the fuck are all these people joining my game? Like I've got like
fanboys.
No, literally, because I'm appearing online. There's just so many people joining and leaving my game. It's just like, who the fuck are all you? But anyway, yeah. But shout out to Electric Rhino and Hold Mayor 16.
Electric Rhino is 100% a fanboy. He's joining me a lot.
Yeah, I know, and so does he watches. The Hold Mayor dude watches every now and again. But yeah, so have we covered everything for Vivian?
No. Well, that's only Vivian. Like, there's other things.
We've just scraped the surface here.
All right, yeah. What else, in your opinion, then, do you feel like's broken in this patch?
Bugs.
Yeah, but elaborate, enlighten us with this, inform us.
Step into the light. In Paris.
In Paris.
I wasn't in Paris.
A really weird bug that I just noticed with Andra, right? And another bug which is just full on BS. The BS one is the overtime bug, which is completely random, and you can stand on the point, and even after 9 seconds, there'll still be overtime for the enemy team for some reason.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's not random. No one is on the point. And
yeah, I've noticed that.
It's not random at all.
Why is it though? Why is that there?
Because
like, if they're nowhere near the point, they still get it. It's like, why?
If someone touched it within the past second, before the overtime,
it will trigger the overtime.
It will trigger the overtime, regardless of whether they were on it for a second or whether they were on it for a millisecond.
Right.
Okay. And towards the end of overtime counters, because they go down so fast, like less than a second, it means it can trigger the overtime twice just by touching it once. Because it goes down in under a second.
Yeah, and when you see that bar moving and someone touches the point, the bar resets.
Yeah, but then there is another thing, right? I have touched multiple times as Ruckus the point, and no, I haven't advanced over the point because I actually just needed to jump over on the point towards.
Yeah, we're all here.
To shoot that emitter and all that, and it still wouldn't create overtime for
If you advance
whatever
on it,
reason,
you're in the air a little bit, so I don't think it's
Yeah, I don't know why that is as well. I agree with you on that one. That does happen quite a bit.
It's like you got to think of the point as like a dome or something. So like with the Ruckus Advance, it's why also you see some Drogos will fly over the point. Some will trigger it, some won't, because they're either too high
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
I say I was just about to say that depends on your height though. Like,
Hitbox versus collision box again.
Yes, that as well. It's like is the hitbox a square, a cube, or is it like a pill or something? It like when
Bit
you're
of both,
talking
mate.
like literally differences in a few pixels. That's how close we could be talking, and yeah, it can be frustrating as hell. Like you see it, Ripfy. You see it like when it comes up victory or defeat, and you see someone
Yeah.
who's got their foot on the they got their
on the
foot
point,
on the
yeah,
point.
and it doesn't
But it's
register.
Probably when you zoom out, it looks like, oh my god, how the hell is that not on the point? And then if you were to break down the game itself and look at the pixels, it's so close to it, but it's just out.
I know.
It's frustrating more than
I-
anything.
Like your foot will be on the point, but the actual like trigger point won't be at the start of the point.
But I've literally had it multiple
Oh
times.
my
that
god, stop
was
joining!
on
I left the
point.
party for a reason. Fuck off. Alright.
In the case of you touching the point, see now you have to touch the point within a certain period of time before. So say you're going 99.99, yeah. No one's touching the point. There's no overtime. But you want to contest for an overtime, yeah.
Yeah.
In that situation, you have to jump on it before the tick happens. So if you jump, so the way the point works is every 2 ticks, it will tick 4 points, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got it on the first tick, you're safe. But if you get it on the second tick, it won't stop the 4 points going through. So that's why you have to jump on the point before it hits 96% instead of
Nice
99%.
quotoscope.
Well, fuck.
And I've also had this weird bug with Androxus. Whenever I nether step, right, I have had it a couple of times, and even when there was no Torvald or nullifying effect, that my ult won't allow me to use it for some reason. But whenever I die and I respawn, it would let me use it. It's weird.
That's due to lag. That is just lag on server.
I think these are very specific champion bugs, but like there are some I agree that bugs are quite a big issue in OB63 because they affect everyone. So we've all experienced the ability bug where you'll use an ability and like the animation doesn't fire. Like let's say using Pip's heal, you press the button expecting a heal, nothing happens, but you're still given a cooldown. Like that bug, which also affects Makoa's hook, it affects Torvald.
Pip's had many healing potion
Yeah.
bugs for centuries upon patch notes, and they've still not fixed that.
Because no one plays Pip.
Yeah, that's true. But also when even taken away from the gameplay itself, when we're in Champion Select, and this particularly affects us in the highest level of play when playing for the PCS, is the trade bugs. And like you're trying to when you're in a draft mode in a tournament, you pick champions in a specific order to give you an advantage, certain power picks and tier lists to consider. But the problem is you will pick a champion and then all of a sudden you can't trade it. So the option is either you go into the game with someone who might not be great on that role, or you cancel the entire queue and you have to alert the admins that the queue's been cancelled because
And just a lot of faffing about.
And
It's
if
so
it
much
happens
hassle.
consistent
Like-
times, and they then start to think that you're just cancelling it for other reasons. And
Like
there was a time where we
um,
had about three times happen in like the past 2 games, and I think they said something like, if we bring stuff up again, that we'll be kicked out. It's like, it's not our fault that your game's buggy. You know?
Like what do you call it real quick? I want to actually just prove this point even further. Like when I was on Brutal Fisher, you remember the scream before the day I joined you guys, where it was against you and I played Grok. Yeah, I wasn't meant to play Grok. For example, right there, like you just said, someone playing on a role they're not comfortable with. I have no clue how to play Grok, and because of that glitch right there, what you were on about, the trade glitch, like I couldn't trade the character. Like I got the Grok for the Muhammad dude or whatever he was, the supporter, me and on our team, and I couldn't trade, so I ended up playing Grok. So I just wanted to put that in there to prove that point a bit further. Like,
yeah, like I also had it in a scrim. against Brutal Fisher as well. But this is going back quite a bit when I was playing for Brutal Fisher against a then MG, who are now teamed up Bandit. We were playing on Ice Mines and we had the trade bug, and it was really annoying because I played Grover. Now, people who know me know that I like playing Grover, but
That's not
that
your
long
role.
ago.
Yeah, that's not your
That's
role.
not my role. And since then, I've become a freaking
Why?
I've become like a Grover one trick in places because he's really fun. But back then it puts us, and this was at like 2-2 in a best of 5 scrim. Like this is, you're talking deciding game. I'm playing suboptimal role because of a trade bug.
Like
And
this trade bug's been in the
back to-
game.
I
for-
feel like oh yeah, this, as I said, this was months ago.
Like it's
I
been
feel
in
like,
the game for a long time now. this bug.
Going back to what Flayed said in regards to the admins, like obviously we don't want to say anything that's going to cause any undue things, but it's frustrating for the admins. It's frustrating for us. Like just oh my word, I cannot imagine what admin and tournament is going to be like. But the problem is what we're having is these are issues that we are trying not to fix. Well, we can't really do much about. Like yes, yes, people's internets crash. Yes. People can equip the wrong skins or pick a wrong build or something that has a banned card, and that's our fault. But it's the problem with the game, and it's been there for so long, and it's more frustrating. As
Yeah,
well,
and
when-
that's,
especially
they
if it
still
happens
haven't fixed it. Like
multiple times.
they've got multiple bugs like this though. Like the teleport one Nat was talking about earlier. That's been in the game for fucking months now.
Like, that was only brought up when Eevee became semi-okay. And the second now that she's
But-
no longer in the meta, it's not talked about ever. And she'll have that bug continually for another 20 patches.
And it's
that's how
like
they-
what V said earlier, because no one fucking plays it. But regardless if somebody plays it or not, it's still a bug that they need to fix. You know what I mean? If some new person picks Eevee for their first game and finds that it's bugged, they're not going to play the game because they're going to think, fuck this, the game's bugged.
No, because
You know what I mean?
what's more important? Do you know what? Calling the high res is more important than your bugs, making a new car system that everyone hates.
Yep.
That's what's more important.
And making it pay to win, mate. Money, money, money.
Or
Which
giving you
we've kind of
skin-
already
skins,
touched
like,
on as well. I've hit him, by the way. Okay, so we discussed. So Vivian and the bugs are. Are there anything else you? I mean, I think we might be talking a bit too long on what's currently wrong with the system. I think we need to more get on to. Okay, the matchmaking has. I think the matchmaking is an issue, but it's an issue that affects every single competitive game.
Yeah.
Like what we just had that in Smite, where we like myself, Blue, and Flayed have not played Smite at all, pretty much. Flayed has not even played a MOBA before, and we're going up against people
Pros,
with 90
yeah.
level god masteries or whatever you call it. I don't even know what the system's called, and that's just to give you an idea of how much of a noob I am. And we're going against them.
Yeah,
But
like,
the
it's
previous
just
game
not
before that,
fair.
we had a really, I'd say, we have a quote-unquote even game, and then all of a sudden we're going against a 5-stack of people who know what they're doing. It's not just that. I mean, I had to pick a game that Hi-Rez also developed, but it's same thing happens in COD, same thing happens in League, in Dota, in Paragon, in Rocket League, probably. I don't know, but it's a problem for everyone because you're
Yeah.
trying to find the perfect game. And sometimes it just doesn't work out because otherwise you're going to be waiting in a queue for over an hour,
Right,
which at
yeah.
the end of the day you don't want to do.
But then again, you don't want, like, they
But then
could
again,
still
yeah, you don't
improve
wanna
it.
be
Yeah, you don't want to be rage quitting the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they
So-
could still improve it in certain ways. But I do get what you're saying. By they're never gonna no company ever is gonna have a perfect matchmaking system.
No.
It's just not possible.
And it just affects the industry as a whole. So I'll take the point that matchmaking is an issue, but it's not like just because of OV63 matchmaking is an issue. That's
It's like
historic.
when you have like so many people playing the game, like Paladins on like let's say PC here, it has millions of players and it's got thousands of people joining every day. You know what I mean? So they're just they're physically not going to be able to balance that every day.
Yeah.
You know, according to every new player ever. And don't get me wrong, in certain ways they do get it right, but in so many ways they do get it wrong as well. So they could improve it a slight bit, but I do get the fact that they're never going. No company ever is going to get like a perfect matchmaking
If you
system.
want perfect matchmaking, be prepared to wait over an hour for your games.
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah,
Perfect matchmaking at the end of the day.
No,
anyway,
does
it's just not
exist.
possible. Yeah, it's just not possible.
Just if you did have a perfect algorithm that matchmade people on certain levels, it would be manipulated so easily to the
Yeah.
point where it would be more broken than the current matchmaking we have.
Boosting.
Exactly, like
boosting.
Smurfing. Like, I'm gonna admit here, I have a Smurf account. Nat has a Smurf account.
We more or less all have Smurf accounts.
Yeah, we all have
Just
Smurf
ours.
accounts. But if that was a perfect thingy, that'd be even more broken. You know what I mean? Because we'd be getting put against like fucking level
not even that,
2s. You know what I mean?
In a perfect world, you'd have a Smurf account, you'd win your first few games, and then you'd be boosted to the level you should be anyway. That's fine. That's the reason having a perfect matchmaking system would mean that, say you're a top level player and you queue with someone who's never played the game before, you're going to be put on a balance, yeah? So that top level player is going to be brought down, playing in a level where the people he's playing against just aren't anywhere near as good as him.
Yeah, like I can vouch for that, because whenever I play with my uncle on PS4, he's brand new to Paladins on PS4. He played it a lot on PC, but he doesn't play it on PS4. I think he's got like level 5 Canessa or some shit like that, and that's like the only champ he plays. But whenever I do play with him, I always get put against like bronzes or some shit, you know what I mean? So I can vouch for that.
Is there anything else anyone's got to say on that, or?
No, I think we pretty much covered it all.
I can just back.
Yeah.
I mean, matchmaking I got last night at 4 AM wasn't good, but that's 4 AM. So.
But that's
that's 4 AM.
4 AM.
Well, I
Go
know,
queue another
but still, the fact that they put there was you've got 7 other ranks in the game. You've got one side. You've got a level 20 Odd Blades Grandmaster, and the other like play Maves. So that's why I'm mentioning Odd Blades. On the other side, you've got a Silver Lian and a Diamond Ying. Not really.
Technically, if you look at it from an objective point of view, that is balanced. You've got four unranks on your team. You're a GM, which is the highest rank possible, which is 2 ranks higher than Diamond, and Silver's the second lowest, which means it's 2 ranks. So technically, it's balanced, but at the same time, it's not.
No, it's not.
I think as well, you also got to consider that the frames do not respect your division. If you're, let's say, let's take Diamond for instance. If you are Diamond 5, and about got 10 TP, you're on your demotion game to Plat, or if you're Diamond 1 and you're on your promotion game up to Masters, you have the exact same border as well. And there's going to be thousands of players within that category of Diamond 5 to Diamond 1. I think like the frame system is not a good idea of showing how balanced the game is, because obviously a Diamond 1 player could have been GM and then decayed down, as we've had like
exactly. I want to prove this. I want to prove this. Yeah, I was literally Masters before I went AFK for like a week. Come back and I'm Diamond. You know what I mean? And a long time ago, I've had Masters like 5 times now. I should be. I should be around the GM area. Obviously, I might not be in GM exactly, but I should be like in the 200 plus TPs area on Masters. You know what I mean? But obviously, because of DK, I'm in Diamond 1. But I am like that type of caliber player. So, yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Like, replace the frame with like a number system. Obviously, each game has an internal matchmaking rating, or MMR, as it's commonly called, or ELO. Like, even if you just saw that as well, it might give it a bit more clarity.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to change. I quite like the frames. I think the master frame looks even better than GM, but that's because I'm salty as hell about not being back in GM.
Not to be that guy, but like this is where I like Overwatch's competitive system. Slightly better than Paladins. 2 reasons. One,
Yeah,
you
because
can't
they do get some things right.
One, you can't get bots in your competitive games, which should never happen. You should never ever, for any reason, have a bot play in a competitive game. It's a competitive game mode. It puts another team at an unfair disadvantage.
So just ask, if someone left that Overwatch game right at the end, rage quit, so they became a bot, would that cancel a game?
Yeah.
No.
No? Would it not? I thought it
Or
did.
then they got a bot at the end
You
then?
get 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes. No, you just play 4v5. But at that point, the game's already done.
Yeah, it doesn't. It like correct me if I'm wrong, but
You get 2 minutes to finish the game from when the person leaves.
yeah, and also the team that it affects, like the team with a man down, they're not affected in rating, right?
Yeah, they don't lose anything.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's just like remake the game. Like League implemented a similar system as well.
That I like though. The fact that if they do get at a disadvantage like that to the point where it basically becomes an unwinnable game, they don't lose anything. Where with Paladins, me and Nat have had glitches to the point where someone else on the enemy team didn't pick a fucking character in the character selection, and Nat lost 10 TP for it.
I lost 10 CP and got a deserter for someone on the other team not picking their
and
champion.
he has video proof of this. You know
I have
what I mean?
video proof on stream, and I even tweeted it at Hi-Rez, and no response doesn't exist.
No. They did respond, but they said to contact the fucking support line.
And then they don't respond.
And then they didn't respond. Yeah, but then they didn't respond.
Yeah.
Interesting. But
it's when there's a bug that's game breaking like that, and you're losing rank for the other team not picking. What are you doing there?
Yeah, like at this point, through that night, me and Nat were grinding. Literally, I got masters that night, but Nat should have had masters that night as well. But because of the bug, he was a game behind me, so he didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
So I remember he was really fucking salty about it all.
But yeah,
I didn't get it for like another 3 days. Because I kept getting people who are matchmaking implying them. Sorry, what's...
But yeah,
Alright,
so the other thing that Overwatch does better than Paladins in its competitive rating is it matches people off of their SR, which is a skill rating, which is separate to their MMR. So your skill rating you earn throughout your whole play time of playing the game. It goes up and down regardless what game mode you play. And it matches people based on their skill rating. And then each team has a skill rating, and it's normally within 10 to 15 points of each other. At least it is towards the mid elos. Like, I don't know what it's like quite at higher levels because I've never bothered to play Overwatch to the top level.
Just not generally not interested.
Yeah, just.
But that's two ways of doing the competitive system. Like, either you go for a tier approach, which is seen in Dota, League, and also Paladins. We have like bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, master, and then a top rank.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, split in with 5 tiers in between. That's one way of doing it. I know other games do it. I'd say SR rating, where it's like you will get a different amount of rating depending on how you do in the game. And then obviously there's different pros and cons to each method, but none of it is perfect. But yeah, so we've said what are the core things wrong with the current state of the game. We've touched basically on the community's response and our own opinions on the upcoming changes. So this is where I will pitch a question to each of you guys. What do you do if you are working for Hi-Rez, responsible for OB65? What do you do? Assuming that the previous patch goes through in its current state.
Remove.
Did you?
Remove or completely rework the character. Like I would in a way I would either remove the new card system, obviously keep the new legendary cards because I think that's a cool thingy, but change them to the point where they're actually balanced. Because fucking doing like 700 plus damage if you stand in Tyrus fucking Murtov or some shit like that, it's just like nah, you know what I mean? Don't fuck with that. Yeah, and cripple, yeah, like they're just no.
I don't know, like I feel like that's balanced for Tyra because she has no movement.
No, it's not.
No.
One, if you just throw your Murtov, boom, instant kill. No.
It's not an instant kill though.
But it does like it does so much damage to the point where it might as well be.
Only if you're stupid enough to stand right in the middle of it.
Yep, because there is sides like it would count as the
You can't.
entire.
Okay, all right. What you're saying is that it's broken. And I'm going to defend this right now because I don't think that having a cripple and doing damage over time is broken. Only because it's random. When she throws it down, she can't control where that fire spreads. She doesn't think, oh, I'm going to throw it in a specific line. It's not like an ability in most MOBAs where it goes in a direct line. It spreads out randomly. So she has no control over where it goes exactly. She can throw the grenade to a point, but it doesn't necessarily going to spread the way she wants it to. Which means it's your fault if you stand in the middle of it. Which is the only way it's going to kill you.
In a way, I agree with that. In a way, I do agree with that. But in a way, I still think that if they're going to put a cripple in it, reduce the damage just a tad at least. You know what I mean?
I don't think it needs to be double damage necessarily, but I do feel like she needs something like that to
Yeah,
make
like
it
the cripple.
viable.
The cripple's fine. I'd keep the cripple, but not fucking like 300 plus damage or whatever it is. Because it is
Well,
something like that.
It's 12% of your character's health doubled, so it'll be 24% of your
Oh, right,
character's
okay,
health.
right. I must have fucking heard it off the wrong person then, because someone was like, oh, it's like 300 plus damage. Alright, real quick, I'm just going to restart the recording because it's been like half an hour now, so I'll be like 2 seconds. And then we can continue. Alright, go ahead.
But anyway, back to what we were originally talking about, which is how would we change for over 65 to make the game the way it should be?
64?
No. 64 is the patch that's going to break the game. How would we fix the
Oh,
game?
okay,
when we
okay.
get a chance to do that? Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
So I
in my
think-
opinion, the way you do it is you remove any form of cauterized card. I know they're physically doing that in a way, but you'd have to take out the whole setting cards to an exact limit in comp. Like, cards should not be set at a limit. Like, if they want to have the 10-point system for every card, cool, have that as an extra game mode on that people can play if they want to, not be the mandatory game mode for grinding and selecting. Have like a game mode, if they want to increase the amount of points you can put into a class, make it to 15 points, make it to 16 points. Don't mandatorily have it at 25 points or whatever it is going to be with this new 10 card system. That's how you do it in my opinion.
Okay. Filleted. How would you fix it if you were Hi-Res?
Just keep the old system, the one we have right now, in over 63. It's got the most customization that we've had, and they're trying to upgrade the customization by giving us less. So I agree with it.
Can I give
There's
a
not much else
suggestion?
to it. I'm just saying, I just want to keep the old system. That's what I want.
Okay. D-Dog.
I feel like Harris tries to add this like arcade style way how Overwatch has it, where there's like so many endless possibilities. For instance, unlimited mode where you have a 3-second cooldown on the Shatter Arrow of Hanzo, something like that. Yeah, they want to make it so broken and overkill as possible, but why not make a complete separate mode and keep the classic mode the same, but exactly the same? Everything. Will
Yeah,
be
not
done.
like the bound game mode that they're making, which still has this
Can't-
new card system that no one wants.
Cards Unbound would be, you know, it's a opportune like a test thing. Sure, I get what Harris wants to do.
They said it was
but
a
keep the
test,
old
and
system.
they would listen to the they said it was a
Yeah.
test, and they would listen to the feedback of the community.
But yeah,
and
they're
if
still
no one
going
wanted
through
it,
with
and
it.
it was backlash that they would get rid of the system.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
they
still
are
going
still
through.
going through with the system that 90% of the community do not want. If that's not listening to the community and going back on their word, I don't know what is.
I know. It's
In
very
fairness to
stupid.
Hi-Res there, sorry D-Dog, like, if the... Oh, I know, I'm interrupting. D-Dog, you really want to talk, and it's like,
No,
I
I
think
get
we
it,
have to
go
point out, like, if, in fairness to Hi-Res, that obviously they didn't do what they did with previous patches, where they do the reveal, and then next week, boom, next patch. No, we've had, I think, 5 or 6 cycles of the PTS, the public test server, where they're trying to get a lot of these bugs out. I mean, we would have had Death Ray and Nara with a 33,000 damage legendary, which is a fantastic bug. I would have loved that. But yeah, they are. It's like, I will give them credit. Like they're trying to make it work. It is the vision they want for the game, and they're trying to make it work.
They're just going
So
about it in the
they've got to
wrong
make
way.
it changes, but it's still
the
not enough.
problem. The
It's still
problem
not
they do
enough.
is they'll continue to balance it and push it back until they realise that just putting certain cards and maxing them out this, no matter what, doesn't work. You can't simply balance it. It does like you're gonna have to do so. They're gonna have to push you back for another at least 2 months before everything is fully balanced. Like I'm sorry, but that is how it'll have to be. And I don't think we want to wait 2 months. And I don't want the system in general. But if we're gonna have the system, I don't want to wait 2 months. You know. For a balanced game,
Yeah.
and so I'll just bring this up as I brought it up to everyone, and I brought it up earlier, but I'll bring it up now because just for the podcast. Andro, right? He's one of his way of getting out. One of the main skills of Andro is hitting your reversal to be able to get your nether steps back. It's on like every Andro deck, so that you can get out after doing your job of killing the healer or the backline damage, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set your cards to 4 out of 10, so you get 40% back of your reversal, back of your nether steps. I think it's 5%. Yeah, 5% cooldown off your nether steps rather than 100%. You just completely negated the fact. You completely got rid of the fact and not letting Andro do his job anymore because of your card system. You're making a character not work because of your card system.
Lit.
Okay.
But again, was this set in the, or was this shown in the classic mode? What the cards do at set level?
It's all in
yeah.
patch notes.
It's all in patch notes, yeah.
Oh, it's all in the first one. Okay.
Yeah, it says that you got like a percentage of what the base one is at level 1, and then there's a line, and then next to it is what you add at each level. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you can
What, and
see
it's
it.
max 40%.
No, like level 4, which is ranked mode, rank 4 out of 10.
Oh, right.
So in ranked and in esports, Andro is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but to be honest, he's never really used now, is he? Like, not on console anyway.
Well,
Yeah, this can like use a fair amount.
Not on console.
Yeah,
I don't see him.
I would say just in games in general, I see him a fair amount.
Oh yeah, he's
just
in a
comfort
lot.
pick.
He is a lot in
But like when we talk super,
Not in-
the top level,
not really.
I think he's just he's a comfort pick. He's a counter to Drogo's pocket pick strat, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, D-Drog, we've interrupted you like 4 times already.
Yeah, so go ahead, mate.
Please.
I forgot what
Oh my god. Okay, well, do you want us to come back to you?
yeah, come back to it later. I'll mention.
Okay. Blue.
What would I do to fix it?
What would you do? OB65.
Real quick, Blue. Do you have your microphone shared?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he
sorted.
does.
Okay.
we told him to do that. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, we're not recording.
You know what I would do? Remove Vivian from the game and leave the game how it is.
So you are
Please leave the
suggesting that Cards and Bound will
OB62.
remain in its current state?
Actually, I
So
want to change
OB60
my.
revert to OB62.
I want to change my fact, and I want to do OB62 instead of OB63. Thank you.
Okay. So Blue would remove Vivian and revert the patch to OB62. Would you keep the current card system? Yes or no?
Yes.
You'd keep. Sorry, I mean, would you keep the card system coming in OB64?
No. No.
No. So cards. So you would. You so reverts OB62.
Yeah, just, well, try. I do as well.
Okay. Would they, but is there any? Okay, so that's a previous patch. What would you change anything?
About 64?
No. Like you've reverted back to OB62, but as you say, there are still inherent issues with the game that have been there historically. So what would you address to them, if any?
Well, sometimes when you play Andro's reversal doesn't work when you put it up on the last second because you're just that good with reflex.
Again, but again, that was explained earlier through like
Yeah.
compensation.
So you'd address some of these bugs, or make it just a bit more clearer, like on hitboxes, or like just polish really to the game.
Yeah, it's just shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. D-Jog, do we want to come to you?
Oh yeah. So changes about the game. Like I said, keep the classic what we have right now, the classic mode of 12-point system, and add a 25 overkill mode where you can do in separate way. But here is the different and completely different thing. The 25 point system will be a soft reset of the current 12-point system that we have. So all your accessories, your crystals will be copied, and your crystals, just like the crystal card, will be saved and will always be linked. However, everything else, all your gold will be on 0, all the champions will be on level 0, you don't have any cards. Everyone has a small soft reset there. And then from there on out, everyone can start grinding up, and yeah, no pay to win bullshit, that's none of that.
Okay.
That's it.
It's all on me. I'll bring it home.
All right. So I am the last person. What would I change? Well,
Did we ask Rob?
as-
Can't remember.
Yeah, you've asked me.
no, we did not. Oh yeah, he
No,
was the
yeah, you
first.
have.
You were first. Okay, so what would I change? OB65 patch notes by Hi-Rez TJ. Well, Hi-Rez seems to be adamant on this new system coming into place. So if that's the direction the game wants to go, then I'd say have the system, have the 10 points, but like have the 10 points per each level. These are the things I would change though. I would take out the amount of grinding it is to get these duplicates. Like there are some videos of people who have on YouTube have gone on the PTS and put loads of crystals into the game, and then you like trying in an attempt to get these duplicates, and they're having to pump so many like chest after chest after chest. It's just not happening. So I would take the amount of duplicates required. I would get rid of that completely, or Gordon Blue. That was hilarious. So I would reduce the grinding, this pay to win elements that we brought up earlier as well. And even though it's not a direct pay to win system, there's a lot of grinding. It'll
Pay to look cool.
So
Pay to look cool.
yeah. So I would do that. Keep this cards and bound system, but get rid of the grinding behind it. I'd probably have to think a little bit more on like specifics, but that's what I would like to see. I would. I'd still have in terms of the competitive side of the game. I would say just have casuals have the unbound system, and then competitive have the current system we have now, because deck building is an intrinsic part of the game.
Okay, can I just say, when the community, one of the things the community brought up was the grind is too hard, and their way of fixing the grind was adding more cards. Because their way of fixing it was changing it from 5-level system to a 10-level system, okay? And to get to then max out from the bottom card to the top card for 5 levels to 10 levels took more cards. And it said we've responded to the community feedback, and we have made the grind easier by adding more cards.
Yeah.
In fairness, by adding more levels, they did do that, but they did drastically reduce the amount of duplicates. They drastically reduced that. I think it was like you needed 46 duplicates in the old system, or something like that, to get a card from level 1 to level 5.
They haven't made the grind easier.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, what are you saying? They take some more. I swear it takes more duplicates. I swear to get to the max.
It used to take 42 cards to get to max level. It now takes 50.
Exactly. It takes more.
Okay,
It's longer.
right.
The grind is harder when they said they're making it easier.
Justifying that is by saying, look, we've added more levels, so blah 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 blah. You're less likely to get duplicates, which makes you feel like you're making more progress, but in reality, you're making the same amount of progress, if not less progress than you was before. It's a mask. It's a very clever mask.
It's a clever mask, but it's a mask, and it's the trick nonetheless. It's not.
Okay, fair enough. I'll tip my hat to you. And, yeah.
No,
I'll put my hands up.
I agree with what you're saying. Make the grind easier, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not making the grind easier. When they say they are, they're not.
Okay, so they're the two things I'd mainly do. I'm not going to suggest the perfect patch where everything is okay. I'm fine and cool. Oh wait, no, Fletcher's okay. I've lost my train of thought now. So the bugs that I would fix, I think I'd put priority on the draft mode bugs, and just made that a lot smoother. And I wouldn't put any specific champion changes in, maybe apart from Vivian, and some changes to Shield where even if she does bring it up, you can't shoot. Like, you have to have that downside to using the ability, at least. And then go from there. And I think that would give a really good bridge work. It would improve the competitive side, competitive mode, and also just make tournament play run a lot smoother as well, where we're not having to cancel games because of a trade bug. Which I think it would just give a really good foundation to build on from there.
Right. So
I
is
think
that
that's
everything? Is that everything?
I think, yeah.
Alright, so we're coming up to the hour mark, so if TJ, you want to wrap it up for us?
Probably gone a bit over, but yeah, this was the pilot episode of the Chicken Talk podcast. My name is TJ, and with me has been Filleted, Huz, DJog, V, and Blue. We are. Shut up. I'm tired. Okay, but yeah, this has been the podcast, and if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching, listening as well. I don't know what you're going to put in the background, Huz, if you're going to put anything. I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to stop talking now. I think I'm just digging myself into a hole. So yeah, thank you very much for listening, and please give us any feedback, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
Peace, bitches.